What's going on? This is Altone, and in this video I'm going to share with you my first maiden flight of this guy, which did not turn out very well. There's a lot of work that I need to do, so let's go ahead and check that out and then we'll come back to it because this is pretty short. Let's see if she works. Wow, so the truth is she will fly, which is what we need to know. She will definitely fly. Had nothing to do with the wind. There were some balance issues. I have no idea really what was going on with that. I'm gonna have to figure it out, but she did fly. I've got 2 more props at home that I can throw on this guy. I'm glad that I did come out here to test it instead of testing anywhere else or doing my maiden flight anywhere else. So she's definitely not tail heavy, so we're gonna have to see what else we can do. Now we got a little bit of a wind blowing. All right, so now you got to see the craziness, and I'm so glad that that was a day that I was out at the field by myself, because this thing was doing all kinds of loops and everything else, and I was doing my best to try to control it. But I think I know a little bit of what's going on. So the first thing, and I'm going to try to do some additional adjustments to this, and we do have some repairs as well. I'm going to have to repair where the barbecue skewer actually goes through to attach the wing to the main part of the body, the fuselage, and I'm possibly going to rebuild the front. So one of the things that I found out I need to do is angle the motor down about 3 to 5 degrees to keep it from pitching up when I give it throttle when I take off. So if I do that, that should take care of that issue. I do have 2 more props because I destroyed the 2 props that I took out there with me, so that should be fine for that. So all I'm going to do is either print another 3D print another firewall and recreate the entire power pod, or I may just go ahead and trim this and try to re-glue the motor back on. I've checked all the electronics. Everything is still working properly on the plane, so that is good. And the crash, I did have a little bit of an issue where this part did come loose. So I'm gonna have to glue this back down once again. One of the other things that I'm probably going to need to do is make some adjustments to my control surfaces so I'm able to better compensate for whatever direction or whatever it is this thing is doing and be able to slow things down. Hand launching is not the best way for me either. So I do have some aluminum that I'm going to be bending, and I'll maybe printing some landing gear, turn this guy into a tail dragger and print some landing gear and attaching some landing gear on here. So with that, I'm gonna have to look at the angle, and I'm also going to have to take another look at my center of balance for this guy as I get ready to take him out to fly again. So I've got some small repairs to do. I'm so glad that I went out to the field instead of flying in the soccer field, because I probably would have got him stuck in a tree if I went anywhere else to do my maiden flight. So I will be doing that for every other aircraft. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, your comments are as far as this plane is concerned. I do have identical electronics for this, so I'm looking at building another, and I've got plenty of foam board. I'm looking at building another plane from scratch, and I also have some additional servos and everything else that I need. So I'm looking at building another plane from scratch from the Joy Planes YouTube channel, and I believe that the electronics that I have should work just fine in that particular plane. And I'm looking at, once I do the rebuild on this one, I'm probably going to put some landing gear on it, like I said, because I'd rather take off from the ground rather than doing a hand launch, so I can focus on the direction and compensating for whatever it may be doing. But I do want to put the same electronics into a 4-channel aircraft, and I already have a radio for it and everything. I basically have everything I need. I can just need to take the time to actually build it. So it's been a little bit busy, but I really want to get into this and actually share with you, because I didn't, as a kid, have the opportunity to get into RC aircraft, because at that point, from my perspective, it was a rich kid's hobby. There was so much that was required and needed in order for you to get into it, and I didn't have access to that. But now, with doing things with foam, I think we have the ability to actually enjoy and tinker and enjoy and build and all of that. And this is phenomenal to me. I love it. And I'd like to be able to share my experiences. I experience that now, you know, at over 50 years old now. I get to experience these things, and I want to share that with you, because if you're younger, hey, you may not know. Your parents may not know, like my parents didn't know there was more opportunities out there for me than they realized. And maybe this is something that you will get into, because I believe that by doing something like this, just building with foam and taking advantage of the many different things that are out there and ideas that are out there, it could possibly influence the direction in the career choices that you make for the future. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you really want to support what I'm doing here, please do go down in the description and check out some of the links I have down there. It will absolutely help support what I'm doing, so that I have the opportunity to not just build out of foam and buy the materials to do that, but also check out some of the already pre-built planes that I'm sharing on, like my Alton Tech channel, and be able to help you make a decision or choice on which one of them might be a good place for you to start. So thanks again for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you in, I don't know, the next maiden or the next flight video after this thing is done. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.